Good evening, guys, and good morning to the guys on the other side of the world that are not in our time zone. Sorry, guys, you had to wait for a while, but we were so deep in the discussion here because of a problem we picked up on the Zibo mod that I ran completely over my time here to start this stream. I do apologize. I hope the guys that left already and got fed up will come back. So I'm sorry, guys. Apologize. All right, we're not going to worry about big problems and things. We're literally just going to fly 2.6 now and just enjoy ourselves. You know, fruits of the labor and things like that. So I'm going to play a little bit around with Linda, differently than usual. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I only let her do certain things, but I actually wanted to do a little bit more, and I want to do this as a reference for another Linda test that I'm busy with. So, welcome, enjoy the ride, and you know what to do, leave your comments and questions and all those things. And if you want, please come join me on Discord, because I'm sitting here alone. Mac and Paul is now on the task, and we've been sending messages to and fro with Zibo about an issue that we have in the Explain 11 version. So anyway, they're not coming down, they're up there, and then we've got a whole bunch of guys in the Zibo FPO. So I'm all alone here in Discord right now. Anyhow, we are in Skopje. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. I've never been there. I presume it's Skopje. I don't know. Anyway, LWSK is the ICAO. We're going to fly somewhere else now, and I just noticed my bar at the top needs to be fixed as well, so we might as well do that quick. And then we'll ask Auntie Linda to get involved. So this is in Macedonia. Anyway, I think that's easier to pronounce that, Macedonia. And now we're going to San Marino, which is in Italy somewhere. Independent little state apparently. Also never been there. Hello, Krister. Welcome. And there's beautiful Linda sitting over there. Hello, Paul, on stream. That's Macedonia today. Yeah, we're flying out of there. We're going towards the Italian coast now. And I need to set up everything for this flight quickly. So I need to rename my XML file. Right, that is done. Then STKP, let's have a look together quickly. Right, we have a payload of 18.7. We have a takeoff weight of 68.1 and 6.5 on the fuel there. So let's load up. I think what we can do in the interim is we might as well start loading the packs. .7. Hey Rob, I'm a bit earlier today because it's a public holiday and I got bored sitting around, and then we got so busy talking about this one issue. Hello Paul, thanks for joining me in Discord.
Hello.
I lost track of starting the stream on time. Sorry guys, again. Oh yeah, we need to put the fuel in. Fuel 6.5. It's amazing how we can bury ourselves into a little bug like that, Paul.
It's astonishing that every little feature's got 30 or 40-minute discussion behind it, really, if you start digging in.
Yeah, and look, there's Vlad. Vlad, you caused a lot of heartache today. There he's on stream. We've been talking to Zibo. Anyway, he said he'll fix it, by the way. So just to give you the good news already. And he knew exactly what you were talking about, but I didn't. I swear, I was sitting there and I was scratching my head. Yeah, and Zibo's just answered me. Yeah, he knows exactly. Okay, so and he says he'll fix it. So you made it. But man, I was totally blown over. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, we were after more information, I think, weren't we? Is that Nico?
My wife decided that she heard I started my stream and now she wants to come and talk to me. Okay. So
excellent.
Yes, her timing is impeccable, I promise you. I haven't heard from her in the last 3 hours, but she heard the stream started, so she wanted to chat. Sorry, guys. Anyway, okay, yes, now I'm back, Paul. Where were we? We were talking...
About Vlad's question.
Yes.
We wanted more information, didn't we?
Yes, and he said there on stream that he's posted it. So let's go check if he's put it there. All right, yeah. So you can see that the hardware is on the front line, and there's that little gap then. Okay. All right. Thank you, Vlad. Appreciate it, man. Really. We were drawing pictures here, and I was sending it to Zibo and waiting. And like I said, he's now, said he knows about it. He'll fix it. So all's good. But man, we had a good discussion about that one. I'm back, Christer. And hello, other Rob as well there. Hello, Christoph. So, guys, listen. It's amazing. As Paul said just now, a small little thing can cause such a huge discussion. And we were racking our brains to try and figure out exactly what the issue was. And when the penny dropped, it was quick. It was really, something that just happened. We understand now. So, yeah. Good. What's this thing about? Have you asked about the wing lights? What wing lights, Paul?
Krista had a situation that after a flight, when he got the plane back to cold and dark, the wing lights were on, even though all the switches were off, unless you used the emergency exit light, and when it was armed, I believe, it put the wing lights on.
Oh.
But I hadn't had a chance to mention it or check it. So apologies, Krista.
Yeah, no, first time I hear of it as well. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Nice to see you after a long time. Or you just only speak, once in a while on stream. But anyway, welcome. Okay, well, that's something we can check, Krista, but it's not dark yet. I'm not going to change my time right now, but we'll get to it. We'll check it. We'll make sure. Interesting.
I was going to have a word with Neil, who's in the air at the moment.
Okay.
To see whether he could check that.
Okay.
And I've still got a question for Vlad, to be honest.
Okay, ask him. Ask away.
Well, the blue triangle indicates where your hardware throttles are, and that seems to be disagreeing with the ground idle in the aircraft. So my question is, why are your hardware throttles higher than the ground idle? So is it a calibration problem? Can you not pull the throttles back far enough? Why are you commanding more than ground idle? That's my question.
Good couple of questions.
Sorry.
No, welcome. You're welcome. No, that's what we do. We have to ask the question. I don't know. Or maybe it's literally just a calculation issue on Zibo's formula. You know?
Absolutely.
Who knows? But you see, this is what we do. We ask questions.
All right, I'm going to go and have a word with Neil back in a few.
Okay. Christer, after I land, remind me to check it for you because I'm obviously going to fly into the darkness now, okay? So when we get there, remind me to check, please, if you're still around. Oh, you see, and now I'm already doing what I shouldn't be doing. There are things that I need to check all of a sudden in my life procedures. Come on down here.
Captain. AC bus already powered.
All right. Then
Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
you do your thing. Let's see. I was talking to Mac earlier as well, and we were saying, you know, every time as Zibo takes a system and he then models it, we all test it and we go read up and we learn it and we know exactly how it works. But if you don't use the system every day, you kind of lose the value, you know. And okay, Christer, that's fine. So what I'm getting at is this things I've watched Linda do now in one of the other tests, where she messes, for instance, with the window heat. And I swear, I'm now going to have to go back. I'm going to have to read up exactly to find out again how the window heat is supposed to work and then go check it again. Because I looked at this and I know she's doing something wrong or I'm remembering it wrong and so on. So it's funny. But, I mean, we can't remember everything. It's crazy. 320. Hello, Damien. There's 320. Let's see our landing altitude.
Well, Krista, I've spoken to Neil, and if his sim doesn't blow up, he's going to check that lighting situation when he lands.
Vladislav, yeah, it's okay. Because Zibo already acknowledged it and he already endeavored, he gave us his word, he's going to fix it. He obviously knows there's a problem, right? But because we didn't speak to him beforehand, we didn't know, and then we had to do our own little bit of investigation kind of a thing. So that's where the discrepancy came in. So don't overstretch yourself now. It's not necessary. It should be fixed in the next fix. All right, I need to quickly do my lighting and then we'll ask Linda to continue. Paul?
Yeah.
Can you remember how the situation works with the lights? I remember there was a story where you test it, then you lift this light switch and then it goes to the overheat situation.
Oh, man. No.
You see?
I remember an extremely detailed few days, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Where we got to the very bottom of all that, but no, that knowledge has left my brain since then.
Yeah, now as you left, I thought of the same thing. I mean, and I mentioned it to the guys on stream here. We learned this to the T when we had to. But now what happens is Linda goes and she does exactly what I did now. So it goes into this overheat situation. And I'm pretty sure this thing should automatically get out of it, but it doesn't. So I have to go and switch the switches again. So if there's anybody on stream that can remember how it works, please tell us. Otherwise, we're really going to have to go read up on it again. Because I personally think that once it goes into that overheat situation, maybe let's try it this way.
I seem to remember something about maybe 2 minutes waiting time.
Yes,
Did
and
you
then
let-
it kind of switches off or something. Well, okay, we're gonna do it. Let's
Or you-
let's.
Or you
Yeah.
let them warm up first and then test it.
Yeah, there
Because
was.
Because you've got to get them to overheat, haven't you, for the overheat to be checked?
Yeah.
So you've got to warm them up first, I think. I seem to remember 2 minutes from somewhere. I don't know, man.
Okay, we'll go read up again. It was just funny the way she handled herself earlier, and I thought, hang on, is that right? You know, and then you start questioning the story again. So anyway, we'll go figure it out. Right. Yeah, that is going to be a bit of a stretch to do that turn, I promise you. I have to see how the Zibo is going to handle that. Oh, I'm not streaming on Discord. Sorry, guys. No, I'll just make it easier for you.
Thanks.
Right, so the issue with that turn is this. There's terrain. If we go back... Ach, nee, man. You see there, you take off and you have to turn, but let me show it to you this way. And you'll appreciate it more. Hello, Steve, and welcome. See, terrain. So you take off and you have to turn and make a quick turn. So, yeah. Okay. I think what we need to do is come back here and we're going to probably have to play with the speeds because we're going to have to take off very slowly. Because if we go too fast, this aircraft's never going to make that turn, and then we're going to have to hand fly it or use the MCP to get us into position, because that's a ridiculous turn. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Let's have a look, see.
About...
It actually, on the chart, it says differently, but I mean, I'm with you on this one. I'm not going to go faster than that, I promise you, because there it says max 240, but that's going to be too much. That's definitely going to be too much. Yeah, I don't want to even try it at that speed. So, yes, exactly. Exactly, Christer. So, And that is a calculated SEL, by the way. I used my TopCat to actually give me some point of reference, and I'm happy with 35. So that's not just a thumb suck on that previous page.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Alright, so let's do the trim first, Linda.
Trim up.
Pre-flight.
Pre-flight procedure.
Okay, so for the guys joining late, I am going to just use Linda a little bit more extensively today. So just hang in there, guys. We'll get away eventually. Oh, come on. Seems to be another taxiway.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
See, there she's doing the lights now, you'll see. Choop, the window hit. Right, so let's put our timer on, Paul. We'll check in 2 minutes if we need to intervene or not.
Okay.
Yeah, Vladislav says after about 1 minute it should extinguish. So we've got the timer on, we want to check it because, tell you what, I obviously confused myself. When I looked at it, I thought to myself, wait a minute, you know?
Please check that the flight level is set correctly. Please check that the landing altitude is set correctly.
And the other thing she does is she switches the hydraulics off. I don't want her to switch the hydraulics off. And then she goes and
that's
sets.
an SOP thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an SOP thing. I was speaking to you, Janie, the other day. He wanted to know which SOP we would prefer to have in Linda. And I said to him, we all use Ryanair. Put Ryanair in there. So he said he'll see what I can do. So we'll see what happens in the new version. Because for those of you that are not aware, she's actually coming to Microsoft 2020 as well. And I can only presume he asked, you know, that's going to be the new version. That's why I asked.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb.
Okay, what's your timer saying?
Complete.
Crossing. Climb. Climb.
Okay, so it's 1 minute 30.
Ready for pre-flight checklist.
Climb.
See, the green is now off. The overheat is now on.
Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase. Climb. Increase. Climb. Increase. Descend.
The only way I now know, Vladislav, if you know better, warn me, tell me quick. The only way I know now to get rid of the warning is to literally switch them off and switch them all back on.
TCAS test. Pass.
It's 2.5 minutes basically, so only way to fix it is this way. Now we're back to normal. Alright, and now I've lost thread of where Linda is. I think she's waiting for us now again. So you want to do the pre-flight checklist? Let's do the pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Voice recorder. On. Oxygen. Tested 100%. Navigation and display switches. Normal, auto. Window heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments. Heading 68. Altitude 779. Altimeter 1008. Parking brake. Set. Engine start levers. Cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. Ready for before start procedure.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Before start procedure.
Thank you, Vladislav. Yeah, he says that's correct what we did, Paul. Switch the switches off and back on.
All right, okay.
So the green ones went off, obviously, when they, I presume, when they reached their optimal temperature. So, you know, the thermostat kicked in, switch them off, and we have to just reset them.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Before start checklist. Papers. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. Fuel. 6,400.
You know what that means, Paul?
On board.
What's that?
We're not that bad. We remembered something.
Passenger
Well,
seat.
half a memory. It's better than none.
Window.
I mean, the green light's going off. That proves that the thermostat's working. But
Yep.
the
Tow
overheat
connected and
lights,
bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
what does that prove?
Starting
You've got
to
them to
set.
proves we did
And
the
we
test.
start engines.
Or you didn't get them to overheat. I don't get it.
Yeah, we'll have to. We will really have to go and check it again.
C149.
Get our knowledge back up.
Heading
Hey, maybe you
341.
did a video a couple of years ago.
32,000.
Could be.
Takeoff speed.
Yeah, I'll challenge anybody to find which one though.
V1 140. V rotate 140. V2 149. CDU pre-flight. Complete. Rudder and aileron trim. Free and zero. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Complete. Anti-collision light. On. Before start checklist complete.
Engine start procedure.
Engine start procedure.
One of the things I've found
Waiting for the command to start sequence.
in my previous test, right, is it does not matter which one I choose, whether I choose the top one or the bottom one, she starts engine number 1 first. So I'm used to, if you know my streams, you'll know I speak to her and I say, start number 2 engine, right?
Starting number 2 engine.
And then she does it. So it's funny, I'll obviously test it off stream again, but every blooming time, and I've tested it 3 times already, so this is my 4th time now. It doesn't matter which one of those lines you pick, she starts number 1 first.
N2.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout. Starting number 1 engine.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Christer, don't take a chance. You know, if you have to go, you have to go. Oh, trust me, it's an Afrikaans-speaking guy. I'm just not speaking
Tow is
Afrikaans.
disconnected. The bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time, and have fun up there.
25N2.
Why? Oh, it's because there's a slash on the wrong side. It's a B, then a slash, dummy.
Engine start procedure complete.
So that'll be a little bit different. Oh, you know what else I'm going to do? Do I cut back anyway? Right. It's about the slowest we can really go. Thanks, Vladislav. Yeah, we just need to go read up a little bit, you know, stop our laziness. Hello, David. Yeah, you're welcome.
Ready for before taxi procedure. Flaps 5 set.
Right, flaps 5 is now set, so...
Before taxi procedure. Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist.
Yeah?
Generators. On. Probe heat. On. Anti-ice. Wing anti-ice off. Engine anti-ice off. Isolation valve. Auto. Engine start switches. Continuous. Recall. Check.
I had to check.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Rejected takeoff. Engine start levers. Idle detent. Flight control.
I had to recalibrate my controllers to actually make it work for her satisfactorily enough so she would accept when I said checked.
Checked. Flaps. Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent. Ground equipment.
Which mod are you referring to? The Zibo mod or the Linda, this lady?
Clear. Before taxi checklist complete.
Excellent, Steve. Excellent. Good news.
Ready for taxi.
Ready for taxi. So what are we waiting for? Brakes off. Here we go.
Taxi lights on.
Okay, so what's special about the Zibo mod? First of all, we are, me and McTrying and Paul, that we're all talking here together now, are part of the Zibo team. We help make it great. Okay, so it was started and it is developed and maintained by a guy whose nickname is Zibo. So it's the Zibo mod, right? And we're trying to make the most realistic 737-800 simulator available in Flight Sim. And that comes at a huge cost of our time and effort, and we do it for the love of it. You know, we don't charge money for you guys to have it. So it's free. And that's also why we do some of the streams and stuff. You know, another way to generate a bit of income. And it's just great. It's getting there. You know, there's still a lot of work to be done, but we've done a lot in 5 years, man. So if you want to try it out, go grab it. It's free. You obviously need X-Plane to run it, but that's it. Yes, I have X-rays activated. So as I get closer to the runway, you're going to see the X-rays actually on the ND, unless it's died since I've tested it. But yeah, it is active, so you'll see it just now. So what I want to do is call the next procedure, before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Yeah, you're welcome. We really work hard at this, and if you fly it, it will behave like a real Boeing. Okay, so it's going to take a lot of effort and time. It's not a Cessna, you can't just jump in and fly. Okay, and we did training and stuff on it as well for the users. So yes, it is complex, but it's because it's built to be the actual replica of the real thing. Rob, did you run all the fixes that I told you? Did you put that little folder in the correct place in your scenery INI, for instance?
Before takeoff checklist.
Did you match my settings? I don't know, I've got questions.
Flaps 5 set. Green light. Detent.
Weird. The only time I get the taxi warning is when I am on a taxiway and I go fast. That's when it kind of doesn't like it, which is normal. It should do it.
TARA set. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alright, let's go.
Stabilized.
Approaching 3-4.
See, approaching 3-4. And you also heard the lady.
On runway 3-4.
I am ready for takeoff.
Thank you, Linda. I'm not. We'll get there just now. And quickly check that we are reasonably straight on that nose wheel. Let's go. Toga. Okay. Yeah, please check it, because for me it works. I mean, you can now see it on stream. I don't have any issues with it, really.
80 knots. Throttle hold.
For me, it works just like in 11.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
There you go. Come on, eh?
Acceleration altitude.
Whoop, whoop. Exactly, and we have a lot of them, eh? St. Louis, there we've got a lot of real pilots. We've got a whole host of pilots in the team as well that actually help us to make this thing great. So it gets tested after we do our initial tests and stuff. When it's necessary, we call on them. If you follow me here on this channel, you'll meet Sasso and some of the other guys. There's Gio and Alex, to name just 3 names just now, but there are plenty more guys, real pilots that come in and out of the streams from time to time, and you'll see in some of my videos Jorge's name is there, and Jan was another guy. You know, the guys are from all different airlines, and they all use this to keep them going, and especially during the COVID period, it was a big thing, eh? The guys used it a lot. We had a lot of pilots involved in and using it. Look at that, look how it's taking the turn. I'm impressed. I'm really flippin' impressed. It's sticking to that magenta line like nobody's business. Oh, this has made my day. This is awesome.
Oh, I've missed the exciting turn. Sorry, man.
No, it's stuck to that magenta line, Paul, like nobody's business, huh?
Brilliant. So, flaps 5 and there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it was brilliant. It made my day.
Lovely. And 185 in the legs page, was it, that's kept you at that speed?
185 or below, yes.
Yeah, excellent.
Wow. No, it's made my day. Promise you. I'm thrilled.
Fabulous.
Once we cross over this next waypoint, we'll go back off the 185 and below, and then it's on VNAV anyway. We'll just start following the flap retraction speeds. Hello, Scotsman. How are you doing, Neil?
Approaching transition. Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Alright, so there's our nose down and acceleration. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 set.
Flaps up. Ooh, look at that big cloud over there. Oh my goodness.
Transition altitude. Flaps up and set.
I flew this morning with default clouds and default weather. That was a shock, Paul.
Really?
Yeah, compared to what we have here, I missed this. This is xEnviro. We're talking about xEnviro. It gives the clouds and everything. And the weather engine. It's a complete environmental engine. And that's exactly what I'm saying to Paul. I missed it this morning, man. To fly with the default clouds. Oof. Amazing. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Good to hear, Scotsman. I have had a couple of very good reports on this version. The guys seem to be very happy with it on X-Plane 12. We now know of a small issue in 11, but Zibo said he'll fix it, so it's cool.
Right, well, if Krista's still listening, Neil did do the lighting wing light test that Krista was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And with the plane returned to cold and dark completely after a flight,
Mm-hmm.
there were no wing lights, but if you put the battery on and put the emergency exit lights to on, then you did get the wing light. So that behaviour there is different from Krista's.
Okay.
So who knows what it's meant to do. Presumably you'd want some lights on the wings if you're evacuating people.
Yes. Yeah, the moment that emergency lighting comes into play, there should be some lights.
Yeah.
And legally, you can't load passengers until the emergency light is armed.
Yeah.
You know, so there's got to be some light, but we'll have to ask the real pilots to give us the exact input. Yeah. Well, old Linda, surprisingly enough, did a lot. A lot for me tonight. Okay, well, this is a long flight, so hopefully the guys on stream or somebody else will come up with some chat material that we can talk about stuff.
I have to wait till you're landing.
Yeah.
What was it last time?
What do you mean?
You were on short final and some interesting topic came up.
Oh, yeah, of course. I see what you're referring to. Yeah, we always wait until finals and then we start doing funny things and talk about a lot of stuff.
Well, I suppose if you've got time, Nico, after you've landed, you could go get back to cold and dark and play with the lights.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
If you're in the mood.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Krister is back. Krister? Paul, you'll have to give him the summary again.
Okay, Krista. Neil just played with the lights after he got his plane back to cold and dark after landing. And with everything turned off, there were no wing lights. To get the wing lights to work, he would have to put the battery on and then put the emergency exit lights to on. And then he did get the wing lights, otherwise not.
And that I think is normal.
You'd expect so. So you've got different behaviour there, Krista, for some reason. But if Nico does it after this flight, that would be at least 3 people that have looked.
Yeah, we'll have that.
Yes, you are different. Something Neil did mention, Nico, was that he's got a light mod. I think it's from George.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think that the brightness of lights would affect the switching particularly. Although I don't know about that kind of thing.
Look, the
Object
light,
files.
depending on what he's referring to, Neil, you can help me, correct me if I'm wrong, but the light mod that George did is this. It's a lit file. That's in our versions of the Zibo mod, and what it does is at night, these grey strips actually illuminate. They become like purple. It becomes a light to show the exits and stuff, you know. So these things actually light up. So that is the light mod I perceive or believe he's talking about. Scotsman, help me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he's got a different one that affects the brightness and stuff. Yeah, that's part of the evacuation light, exactly. But in the normal liveries, it's not included. This was something that George Walker figured out and put in for us. And I think I've copied that texture into all my liveries now. So when it goes dark, we can obviously have a look again. The only other way to obviously, in the default Zibo, to change the lights is to go to your ground services cabin lights, and there you can have like white, medium, night sleep, white, medium, you know, whatever. So we can change that a little bit, but not much. But the actual strip lights, that's a texture that you need, a special texture.
I got the impression that Neil's modification was to make some lights less bright on the outside.
Well, he says he's got a light mod, so it's very possible, yeah. Very possible.
Here we go.
Here she goes. No, it's fine, Scotsman. I don't like to mod the Zibo too much. because then I can't really do my testing, because then I might not know what's causing problems and things. It's okay. Thank you for the offer. Right, well, according to my watch, there's like 57 minutes left in this flight, gents. So I hope you guys have got some coffee or something handy, or that you can go get some at some point in time, because it's a bit of a long flight.
You're only going up to 32, Nico?
Yes.
You've got plenty of distance.
I know, but that's somebody. That was their optimal altitude.
I wonder what your OFP says for going up a level or two. Doesn't it say how much more or less fuel you can use and how much time you save and that kind of thing?
I don't have Active Sky, but we've got this. Let's have a look. See. So, let's see. We're going to be at about 32. 188, 242 at 9.
Isn't there an actual section on the OFP that says it, though? There is.
This comes from the OFP, but let's have a look. See. Let's have a look. See. Done. It's your. Okay, well, you're not going to see it on Discord. That's the only thing.
I'll watch it on YouTube.
Okay, the wind information. I don't see the exact thing that you're talking about, where it would suggest different levels.
Operational impact, I think it's called. Up or down from there, I can't remember which.
Must be honest, I don't know of it. That's the end of that.
Yeah, must be further up then, Nico.
There's operational impact. Let's see.
Come on, lag. Come on, lag. So, level change up. Save a couple of kilos.
Yeah, 9 kilos. Neither here nor there.
And you don't waste any time.
Yeah.
Squinting at this. So maybe you could step up. I don't know.
Well, we could, because it's a simulator and we don't care, you know, just for the fun of it. Yeah. We could do that.
Yeah. In fact, you could keep an eye on your arrival time, just to double check on that.
Yeah. St. Louis, we have authos installed, so it works approximately the same idea as Microsoft 2020. So wherever we fly, you can't see it now with the clouds, but we've got the satellite imagery and stuff as well, so it looks the same. We don't use Google Earth, we use a different provider, but it's the same idea. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's go to the FMC, right? So the FMC is going to tell us, in actual fact, we can go to the climb page. It's telling us that our optimal level is going to be 376. So if we go up to 360, we're going to get closer to that. So we can do that. Let's do that. 360. And altitude intervent. There you go. Right, so let's look at arrival time. 17:15. Okay, let's see when we get to 360 if 17:15 changes.
It makes me think how the plane calculates its optimum cruise level then.
I think it's based upon weight and distance. It doesn't take the weather into account. It's just a question of weight and distance.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's true, I suppose, but I don't want to bust the altitude too much, right? So yes, we can. Maximum allowed is 389, so yes, we can go to 38, that's true. But we can do a step climb, why not? You know, we'll play around with it a little bit. Yes, sir. No, this is very realistic, and the more you know, the more exciting it gets, because then you can start doing things a bit more proper. So yeah, very realistic.
Yeah, if I remember right, the engines work more efficiently in the colder the air as well, don't they? So higher the better for that reason.
Yep.
Did you reset your pressurization panel?
No, I did not. Thank you, First Officer. You saved our bacons. There you go.
I'm flicking between YouTube and Discord here.
Yeah, no, you can stay here now. I'm not putting anything else on YouTube. Yeah,
Strangely,
Krister.
the picture quality. Sorry.
No.
The picture quality is much better on YouTube than it is on Discord, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, by a long way. And I like to see the comments, of course. There we go. There's Carl with his explanation. Hey, Carl.
Good evening, Carl.
Decent climb rate there as well.
Yeah. Hope you're okay, Carl. Long time no see. Yeah, it's amazing. Well, Carl, I hope you're going to enjoy your off time. Make the most of it. Yeah.
Could I have a glance at your descent page, please, Nico?
You may.
Let me guess, decimal 78262.
No.
Ooh. Come on, lag. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's longer than that. Come on.
Press live on your screen. Press live.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So it's going to 296. Okay, thank you.
I love it when users get upset when they are adamant it's the Zibo causing a crash to desktop, and the more you tell them it's not the Zibo causing it, the more angry they get, and then it turns out it's something else. Weird.
Good evening.
Hello, Axel.
Hello.
Yeah, it's not that much. Because we've lost 1 minute, Paul, by the way. So 17:15 is now 17:16.
Right. But the fuel's probably just the same.
I didn't check the fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. What's your cost index on this one, Nikos? 20?
50.
50. Okay.
No, when it's a long flight like this, I'll rather put the extra 30 in the CI.
Well, it crossed my mind what the effective cost index would have on the descent speed.
It's going to be more, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some scribblings I made a while ago. That's why I guessed at 262 for the descent in knots past crossover. So that's usual for cost index 20, I think. So, what would it be?
Neil, you remind me of the joke, that little comic strip where the pilot was saying something about, oh, we're gonna die, what are we gonna do, we're gonna die. And then he sighs of relief in the next frame and he says, oh, that was just the intercom light, don't worry. And the passengers are sitting in the back. CI6, yeah.
So it seems that the max speed for descent is the same regardless of cost index.
Well, let's try it. Let's go down to 6, right? We're going to put it now to 6, right? So, let's change there just slightly, but let's go to our descent page.
Oh, good. Right, let me catch up on the
And
stream.
the descent page also didn't really change. I've changed it to a CI of 6. I must be honest, I don't really see any difference. And it's supposed to be a difference.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a mega difference. Didn't change.
Yeah.
Have a look, see. 50. Execute. Not changing.
I would expect the top of descent to move backwards
Ooh,
and forwards.
I would expect a lot of things to change, to be different, but this is not changing. So let's go to I'm thinking this thing is broken. This is not supposed to be like this. This is supposed, that speed indicator there, that magenta thing, should change the moment you change this.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I've done it many times. When you increase your CI, you immediately see the jump to the faster speed.
Or in the cruise. Yeah.
I'll have to ask Zibo about this. Yeah,
So
looks like I broke it.
Your cost index is now what, sorry?
It's now back to 50. And that
Back to
speed
50.
indicator never moved.
And did it change the speeds in the descent page? I didn't quite keep up with it.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I think it ought to.
Yeah, no, there is a problem. It's not changing. Never mind what cost index I use. It didn't increase or decrease my speed in the cruise. I've got a heart on my screen here. I can't read that last post. Is it possible to implement performance letter T or B? Max flight level at cruise page. Vladislav, if it's in the real aircraft and it's in U14.1, it will get put in. Okay, because Zibo is already implementing 14.1. So if it's not there yet, it should come. Yeah. It's something to do with Streamlabs. in the Streamlabs control panel, and if you hover over it, it gives you a heart and a smiley face and a party hat exploding and, you know, the 100 signal, things like that. But if you click on it, it tells you you need to open a web browser to be able to use it. And the moment you open the web browser, it's not there. So I've no idea what the function of it should be or would be, because it's not there when you want to use it. It's only there when you don't want to use it. Yeah. Paul, no, my money's on the CI code being broken.
I reckon.
Yep.
Or at least it can't change it after the initial calculation.
I used to do it. I used to do it a lot. I'm used to doing it. Let's do this.
Because you did get a higher descent speed than I would have expected, so the initial calculation seems to be right.
Yes. Yeah, but not afterwards. Zibo, can you check the CI code, please, when you have time? I am in the cruise. And no matter how much up or down I set it, it does not change any speed on the speed type or efficiency. There you go. Message is sent. Right. Yeah, let's Zibo check it, Chris. We'll see. Because one of the things I do with our group flights, for instance, when I'm late, is I go to CI 50 or 100 anyway to catch up with the rest of the gang. Okay, and at this point in time, it doesn't work, not the way it used to. So unless there's something that changed that I'm not aware of, it's a mistake. Rob, question 6. Yes. What to do with the ND overlays in the Zibo folder? Oh, you just ignore the one in the Zibo folder. The one in the Zibo folder is probably one I made a while ago or something Zibo adapted, but what it will do is it will read from the XRAS data folder, and that's what you saw earlier on my stream and what you will see when I land again. It literally puts that XRAS stuff here. You must just remember to enable it in the XRAS settings. Okay, so if you go to XRAS configuration, you see this visual alerts. If that is not ticked, it will not appear on your ND. Now, Scotsman, it's more than what I get. When I click on it, it immediately brings this thing up. See? And that's it. When I click OK, it goes away. That's it. When I click on Open Browser, it opens a browser and there's my chat, and then that button is gone. It's not there. Then I've just got my normal reactions at the bottom. See, this is what it does. So So now I've got all my normal reactions here, which, I mean, that other button with the heart and the stuff, it's just gone. It's not there at all. So there's no point in having it, for me at least. Right, DD is coming. Let's see. Search update. 26 degrees 1012. So we don't worry about that. It's 900 kilograms. Right. 1012. Let's check our minimums. City. There is no VOR that I can see over here. But we'll set that one just to get the ILS out of the way. $124 and we need to descend 2,500. I'll say no. Yes, Christer, we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the food. Bye bye. Send my regards. Thanks, Rob. Stay well. Thanks for stopping by.
Ready for descent procedure.
Descent procedure.
Descent procedure. Descent procedure complete.
Thank you very much.
Ready for descent checklist. Descent
Oh, I've just
checklist.
noticed that I've been volunteered to look after the marbles.
Oh,
Pressurization.
Thanks, Krista.
Landing altitude 50 set. Recall.
Chris, I don't know. That's something you're gonna have to ask Zibo exactly how he implements that. I have no idea.
Auto brake. Set. Landing data. V reference 148. Minimum sparrow 429 set.
Chris, just as a matter of interest,
Complete. Descent checklist complete.
thank you, Linda. As a matter of interest, we had an interesting chat with Zibo the other day about how he handles nav data. And the interesting thing we picked up from that is the airport runways comes from the Explain database, while the rest of the data comes from Navigraph. And the reason he said is that Navigraph does not always give the correct or even any coordinates for the runways. So it's impossible to get all the runways from Navigraph. You know, so in light of that, I would recommend you ask Zibo that question, because he will know what to get from where. And in Explain, we also know that the ADFs don't always work. The ADFs in Explain as such is a problem. We've tested it many times. You know, you can see it's there in the nav database, or you can see it's there, but it doesn't work for some reason. Or you can see it in Navigraph, at least. Let me rephrase that. You see it in Navigraph, but in Explain, it's inop. You know, so I'm not sure how he handles that.
Approach top of descent.
Nice bit of turbulence. For sure we are. Excellent and good luck, Chris. Yeah. The only way to find out is to ask him.
Right, I'm going to keep my eye on that speed bug as well for crossover.
Right, I'm zooming in for you there.
Ooh.
That helps.
What was it going to be? 7.9, crossing over to 2.9 something, wasn't it?
296.
So the indicator speed's going up as the air gets a bit thicker. Yeah. Oh, it jumped a bit early.
Jumped. Mm.
Yeah. Don't think that was a big deal.
No.
Preempted it by a few seconds, perhaps.
Yep.
That's not huge, I don't think.
No. We can live with that.
Yeah. Anything weird about this arrival, Nico?
No, apart from that it's R and nav, nothing. Nothing special.
Ooh. No funny zigzags or weirdness or vectors or... crazy crap?
No, let me put it on the screen, I'll show you. It's pretty straightforward. We're just gonna follow the line. That's it. There's the airport. Nothing strange or funny. Around altitude's 3000. And we're gonna hold over the sea if we have to. And that's it. This graphic was still made when we thought we were going to come in from the other side, but anyway, it's not the same. Might as well put it away then.
Folks from the flight deck, we've started our descent. Should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes. Want to thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us sometime very soon.
Seatbelt sign has been switched on. For your safety, seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Could be a bit bumpy going through that cloud. Thank you, Neil. Okay. So, Chris, that brings the natural next question. When are you upgrading it then? Can you maybe do that for us? Then we don't have to worry about bad FPS. Gotcha. Well, good luck with that.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on. Approaching transition.
Good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yellow one turn, yeah.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters. QNH 1012 set. Altitude passing 6,650 now. Approach checklist complete. Flaps 1 set. Flaps 5 set. Thousand to level off.
And brakes armed. Right, stow the tray tables, seat upright, guys. Time to land. Thank you, Steve. The shadows on the ground and the patches where the sun gets through, it's actually very nice. Eh? Wow. Dankie, Rein.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing. Flaps 15 set. Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist. Taxi lights on. Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
Approaching 1-3.
Continuous. Speed brake. Armed. Landing gear. 500. Cleared to land runway 13.
Approaching decision height.
Down. Flaps.
400.
Minimum.
Minimums.
Set for landing. Landing checklist complete.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. Knots. Yet. Great landing. You are professional. Stabilized.
Right, then if you noticed we had that asynchronous reverse thrust issue on engine number 2 again. Weird, man. Weird. Anyway, speak to Zibo about it. But I think that was an excellent landing. It was a really nice landing.
Yeah, you're getting quite consistent now, aren't you?
Yeah, when I concentrate.
Yeah.
So, everybody, welcome to Rimini. And if you go to San Marino, don't know what you do there. Hopefully some beach and sun. Enjoy. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure. After landing procedure complete. Flaps up and set.
Okay, Scotsman, enjoy. You do, man, you do. Set and shutdown procedure.
Shutdown
Right, boss, you're going to
procedure.
play with the lights.
Yes, we can.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
I just told you to do it. You are doing it.
Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps as required. Probe heat off. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps up. Parking brake set. Engine start levers cut off. Weather radar off. IRS mode selectors off. Shutdown checklist complete. Ready for secure procedure. Secure procedure.
Hi 737. Welcome. She's going all out tonight.
Secure procedure complete.
Right, there's Golden Dog.
Ready for secure checklist.
Ah, one more checklist.
Secure checklist. Fuel pumps.
Oh, battery's not off yet.
Emergency exit lights off. Window heat off. Packs off. APU bleed off. Lights off. APU off. Battery switch off. Secure checklist complete.
That's it. All right, so I suppose we need to go.
Click start new flight.
Hang on.
Yeah.
There's still lights on in the plane. Is the battery off?
We'll
Sorry,
see now. No, we'll see now. Yeah, I see these lights are on.
Yeah.
The battery's not off now. Well, it's supposed to be off. It's supposed to be off. Look.
Yeah.
So let's. Oh, that's the problem. Ground power was on. Ground power was on. Now it's all dead. Deader than dead.
Right then.
What do you want me to do?
Outside view, please. Wing lights. Nothing.
Nux.
Alrighty. Then if you can put the emergency light switch to arm. And then check outside again.
Yeah.
There's some lights.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what Krista had.
I'm pretty sure this is what it's supposed to do.
Alrighty.
Because in effect there is an emergency. There's no power, there's nothing, and you want life to be there. So, I mean...
how about you disconnect the ground power? Maybe that's something to do with it.
Yep.
Okay.
I would think that if you're flying and you lose all electrical power, that this should come on to warn the people and to show them where to go. Because now you're in a dire straight, terrible position to be. And there's the strip lights we were talking about. See, there they are.
Yeah.
Emergency exit lights on. Because literally the aircraft thinks we're in an emergency state.
Yeah.
So if we go...
No, that's the emergency exit armed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Right, what if you turn it on?
We can have a look now.
Because Krista said that turned them off. Oh, you got the battery on. Right. He was talking about the wing lights for most of all this.
Okay, let's go outside.
Right, so that's battery off.
Battery off, but emergency lights is on. So arm and on gives you the same results.
Okay.
Arm will detect the state of the aircraft. It thinks it's in an emergency state and it will switch it on. So by switching it on, you're not changing really anything because it's already in the on state.
Right, well, that's slightly different from Krista, if I understood him right.
Okay.
But it seems fine to me the way you've got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thanks, Nico.
No worries. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the flight. It was sure good for me. Linda, go home, go sleep, go feed the cat. We'll take the aircraft for a spin tomorrow morning again. That's it. Thank you everybody for watching. Have fun, whatever you do for the rest of your day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.